Working on the weekend like usual. We're back here, episode 6 for Esports Xtra right here on BNC, the show that talks traditional sports, esports, gaming, culture, and entertainment. Larry Lewis, sports fan, and NBA 2K League. Good to be back here on a weekend here. Saturdays and Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here with our television partner, Black News Channel. That would be BNC. Larry Lewis here. Got a cast of characters. Got my fellow brothers here, my broskies. Let's go ahead and bring them in as we get started here. Talking about the NBA, Luka Doncic, also Dennis Schroeder, Isaiah Thomas, IT, St. Michael Thomas. We'll get into some of that. J.R. Smith going back to school. Never went to college. Now he's going back to college. Going to go to an HBC. We'll get into that. NBA 2K League All-Star Game. Then, of course, Madden 22, which comes out this coming week, actually. This coming Friday. Should be pretty interesting with the championship series of $1.6 million given out. All right, guys, let's start at the top here. We'll start with Luka Doncic. Big story that broke early this week. We were all over it on CBS Sports with my good folks in Stamford, Connecticut. Look, he's getting this rookie super max deal, $207 million. You had people like the GM. You had, Mark Cuban going over there. You had Jason Kidd. You had the sports and nutritionist going over there to Slovenia to meet with him. They signed him, gave him this rookie super max, and he's eligible for it, guys, because he was all NBA 2 times in his 3 years of being in the NBA. So what a heck of a daggone deal. Guy's been in the NBA 3 years, and he's already making $200 million. Won't kick in until the 2022-23 season, if I'm not mistaken. So one more year. How big is this for Luka Doncic? And, guys, I want to ask you this. Is he the best player in the NBA right now? If you have to draft an NBA player first overall, would you take Luka Doncic? We'll start with you, Brandon Bill. You played in the NFL and got paid big bucks to play a kid's game. What do you think about Luka?
Hey, I mean, I love it. He's clearly the future of the Dallas program there. They stand behind him, and, they're locking him in. I think he deserves it. You can make that argument that he is one of the best players right now in the NBA at his young age of, I think, is he even 21 yet?
I think he's 22, if I'm not mistaken.
22? Okay.
Yep.
But just he's so young, and they definitely see his bright future.
Absolutely. It tells you a lot, man. Dirk was over there. They had a huge contingent over there. We had our colleague at CBS, man. We had Avery Johnson on, of course, won a title with the Spurs, coached in the finals with Dallas Mavericks back in 2006. I was there for that when they lost to the Miami Heat, when the Heat came back to win with those 4 straight wins. Derwin, your thoughts on Luka Doncic, Supermax rookie extension, very rare, just was actually put into the CBA not too long ago, and he reaches it because he gets 2 All-NBA first team. That means you're one of the top 5 players in the league. Is that a fair assessment? Or is he the best player in the NBA?
He's definitely top 5 in the league, and he plays for an organization run by Mark Cuban, and Cuban is a really good, one of the best owners in the league. He takes care of his guys, and he sees that this guy is the face of his franchise, and they reward him. We saw the playoffs. We saw how he impacted the playoffs. 3 games, even in the series that they lost, scoring 40-some points a game. He impacts the game. He's one of the best players in the game. He's only 22 years old. He's going to be around for a long time. So he's the kind of guy you could build your franchise around, and he's a good face of your franchise on and off the court. So he definitely deserved that money.
OG, I think he averaged over 30 last year. Now, if I'm not mistaken, against the Clippers this year. They lost in 6 last year. This year, they lost in 7. I think he's up there near 34, 35 points a game this year. Huge numbers for this guy. 21, 22 years of age, only been in the NBA 3 years. How good is Luka, man? Like, I watched him in the Olympics. And remember, there was an Olympic coach for another country that said, right now, Luka Doncic is the best player on earth, and that includes everybody in the NBA. I thought that was a bit much, but he ain't far off.
No, definitely not far off, but I'm going to have to rock with Giannis if I'm going to make that claim. But I think Dallas did a great...
OG, you get a check from the Brooklyn Nets. What happens if you see Easy Money Sniper in the elevator in the hallways there at Barclays City? You think he's going to let you get away with that?
Definitely not. But what I'm thinking more of the youth and going forward in the up next class. I mean, of course, I would say KD, but I'm thinking like in the up next, I probably have to pick Giannis over over Luca. But I think Dallas done a great job in making sure that they keep their superstar. I mean, the one value that you have with Luca is that he's not just a star here in the States. I mean, he's the man globally. So he showed that in the Olympics and everything like that. I think the focus now is to build around him and make sure that he can get the proper help that he needs, because he's been carrying them for a while now, and it's going to become more and more difficult to keep him there if they don't get the help that he needs.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to talk about a surrounding cast right now. KP, right here, right over the river. I'm in North Jersey, Manhattan, at the Garden when he was there at the New York Knicks a few years ago. They traded him to Dallas, got a nice pick for it. I think the Knicks have they did pretty well in that trade. I didn't like it at first, but now looking back on it, they did pretty well. We'll start with you, Derwin. Does he have enough around him? I asked, we had Avery Johnson on, Eric Casilis, my colleague at CBS Sports, former ESPN radio anchor. He talked about it. He said Avery Johnson was like, you tell KP, and he just started waving. He's like, bye-bye. Is that what you're doing with KP right now? Does he need more help?
He needs a little bit more help.
Clearly he does, yes.
Yeah, I mean, KP, can you really count on him? He seems to be somewhat brittle at times, and he gets hurt. I don't know if you can really count on him, but they do need to add a couple of more pieces, but they're on the cusp. Phoenix is going to be right there. Who knows what the guys in Lala are doing? They're trying to build a super team out there. So, Cuban, he can afford to make a couple of more moves to try to help Luka out going forward.
Brandon Bell, you played the Cincinnati Bengals. Not going to say they're frugal, but it ain't Mark Cuban, right? We've seen the locker rooms, just the lap of luxury that these guys live in and how things roll in Big D. Your thoughts? What would it be like for you if you played with an owner like that was so invested in winning?
Hey, that's every player's dream, man. You got the front office behind you as well. The coaches behind you. All you need to worry about is ball, and let everything else take care of itself. That's a player's dream, especially if they're willing to hand out the cash.
Should KP stick around? Do you think? Look, we know what he can do. He's a unicorn. Kevin Durant called him that when he's on his game and he's healthy. He's a upper echelon NBA player, borderline all-star. But that's the problem, Brandon. He hasn't been healthy. Should they keep KP? How should they work around and add to what they're doing there to Luke, who's going to be the centerpiece for the next 5 to 6 seasons?
Yeah, I think they definitely need help. But the more important part to me isn't who, it's necessarily how can Luka play with another guy that can really help. Because he's a ball-dominant guy. A lot of he can make a lot of things, but there's also some plays that he might pass up regarding teammates.
OG, your thoughts here surrounding Luka. Who do you think would be good? First of all, do we wave bye-bye to KP about 30 seconds? Go.
No, you don't wave bye-bye to him. I think they have some time. I mean, the beauty of it is Luka is young, so they still have some time to develop. I think KP is going to come around in time to come.
All right, we'll see, man. Dallas Mavericks playoff teams the last couple of years, early exits, though. First-round exits against the Clippers, which I guess that wouldn't be a bad thing if he lost to the Clippers. They're definitely one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NBA. But he's got to start moving this franchise forward here. You got to get out of the first round at some point. But I also do think he needs some help as well. All right, guys, let's take a break. We'll come back. Keep it in the NBA. Dennis Schroeder lost $78 million, something like that. Had a contract with the Lakers, didn't get it. Going to their arch rival in the East, the Celtics, the C's, the Green Team. Dennis Schroeder, he talked about it. Proud to announce that he's going to play the season 2021-22. But boy, bet on himself and came up steak guys. And I'm not talking about the movie from G.I. Joe. We'll come back with more. BNC right here. Esports Extra right here on BNC. Back here working on a weekend like usual here for Esports Extra, episode 6. We are the show that talks traditional sports, esports, gaming, entertainment, and culture. Larry Ridley here. CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, NBA 2K. They got the Broskis with me, all 3 of them. It's 4 brothers. You got Brandon Bell, former Bengals linebacker, Penn State University Nittany Lion captain as well. Derwin Morrell, fellow TV sportscaster. He's in Carnoustie, right? Bed-Stuy, Iverson,
Canarsie, Brooklyn. Get it right. Let's go.
We're close. We're Brooklyn at. We talking about OG King Kurt. Kids call him Ivan Curtis, is the head coach and GM of your Brooklyn Nets gaming crew. OG, where you at? You in Brooklyn?
Yes, sir. And it's as hot as all get out in Brooklyn right about now.
Yes. Guys, great to have you here. Let's keep it in the NBA, the association, if you will. Dennis Schroeder played with a few teams, probably a handful of teams, Hawks, OKC, was with the Lakers last year. Was offered last year with the Lakers during the season. Reportedly, allegedly, we'll go reportedly, there were plenty of reports out there, multiple reports stating that he turned down a 4-year, I believe it was $84 million, so about $21 million a year. Is he a $21 million a year player? I don't know, but he's definitely at least $12 to $15 million a year player. Signed with the Seas 1 year, 5.9 million mid-level exception. So by my math, 6 million minus 84, that's $78 million that you bet on yourself and you did not get. I'm all for betting on yourself, and I would probably do it every single time. I trust me with me more than anybody else with me. Brandon Bill, you played in the NFL. How much does that hurt to hear that? $78 million that probably should have right now in your pocket.
Yeah, man, that hurts my soul, So I can't imagine what he's going through. But as you said, any player should bet on himself, and especially with the cash that's being handed out these days. I don't blame him. I am kind of distraught on why there was no other offer from any other team. Like you said, 12, 15 maybe. Dropping it all the way down to the minimum is kind of crazy. He's better than that. So that part is a little sketchy. I don't know what's going on in the league with that.
Derwin Worrell, your thoughts here. Dennis Schroeder, here's a guy that's, he's probably somewhere around 15 points a game, 15, 16 points a game. He can give you, 6, 7 assists a game. I like his game. Playoffs struggled after the first 3 games against the Suns. Played pretty well. Hence, they were up 2-1. AD gets hurt, so everything changes, but really didn't shoot very well from 3. Career probably around 33%. Had a good year 2 years ago, last year, back down to probably where he should be, around 33%. If you get that up to about 37, 38, maybe you can live with it. I know we're just talking 3, 4, 5 percentage points. That's huge in the NBA, folks. Your thoughts here on Dennis Schroeder losing $78 million and betting on himself. Did he make the right play?
No, he didn't. He left money on the table. And I don't know who his agent is, but man, when they offered him a contract that was going to pay him up to $84 million, he should have said, "Where do I sign?" And he didn't do that. And now he's relegated to only getting 5.9. Man, he blew it. He overpriced himself. Mm-hmm. And just because the Lakers were willing to overpay him, that doesn't mean the rest of the league has to overpay him. I don't think he's not worth 21 to 25 million.
But he should have.
Yeah,
that's his fault.
He's more than MLE, mid-level exception. Where do you sort of rank him? Where do you slot Dennis Schroeder? Not an all-star, but he's a starting caliber point guard in this league. And most of the starting point guards, not named Dame and all these other guys, Chris Paul, they're 30, 40 million. He ain't worth half that?
No, I can't, man. And the problem is he turned down that deal, which was way too much. And then everyone else got picked up. So he got left holding the bag. I mean, nobody needs a point guard anymore. That's the way he got killed. He should have just taken that opportunity. He was being greedy, I think. Mm-hmm. He was being greedy, and now you get caught holding the bag. That's his fault.
Let me ask you this real quick, Derwin. You're a fellow sportscaster. We've done this thing, done this little dance. We're going to do it again for the folks here on Esports Extra that have not seen this on television. You're a fellow sportscaster, right? You got time and in this business. You've been in this business for a while. I've been in here 15, 20 years. Some small market hires a guy at 10 times your salary. Wouldn't you be scratching your head like, hold on, I got way more experience than this guy, and he's making more money than me out the gate? He ain't freaking A-Rod. He ain't King Griffey Jr. What the hell has he done? He ain't broke no big stores here. What are they paying him off of? Potential? You can pay me off potential. At some point,
I mean,
there's a reason why it's called commensurate.
Yeah, that's true. But I would expect the people that I've been working for that know me to pay me well. And the Lakers tried to do that. And he turned them down.
Do you believe the report that the Lakers did offer Ray? That's my next question. Come back to you. Go ahead.
I believe the report that the contract that was offered to him, it says it was going to pay him upwards to 84. So it was a good, we don't know the particulars, but it was a good.
Was it 84 though, is the question. Do you believe that number? Because I'm a little skeptical. I never bought it to begin with.
I don't believe it was at 84, but like I said, it was a contract that would have paid him maybe incentives, would have paid him up to 84.
Fair enough. OG, your thoughts here. You connected in the National Basketball Association. Your thoughts here on Dennis Schroeder potentially, reportedly, leaving $78 million on the table, betting on himself, which you should do every single time.
I mean, it's tough because obviously I'm not making that kind of money. So you want
Not yet, OG. Not yet, OG. This esports thing is about to take off. We're gonna get rich. You and me together, brother.
Yeah, you want to say that you bet on yourself every time, but when you look at the upwards of 84 million, and then this is what you settle for, it's kind of hard to say that. And then also, you were on a contender, like a contending team. Now you go to a bottom barrel team.
Oh, stop. I mean, no. What?
Where's Boston in the East?
Where's Boston in the East right now?
Dude, they had an all-star that was injured.
That sounds like a Brooklyn Net talking.
That was an all-star that did not play in the playoffs.
I mean, all-star. The biggest thing that he can have going for him now is that he go there and have a bust-out season.
There you go.
And get paid. Now, that's the only thing that can work in his favor right now. Because other than that, I think he would have played a pivotal role with the Lakers with the roster that they have right now. So now, I mean, his best bet is to go to the Celtics now, have a great season, and hopefully, I don't know who's negotiating for him, but hopefully that they can get something done that makes more sense than this on what it looks like right now.
All y'all need to be smacked right now. Yeah. Y'all, look, Dennis Schroeder is not the best point guard in the league. I'm not advocating for that. But this guy's better than what y'all giving him credit for. Brandon Bill,
I'm with you. I'm not saying
he's not good, but
okay, so he can't go to Boston and give you 14, 15 points a game playing behind Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart playing beside Marcus Smart.
Lakers. He
did it.
He did it. That's what I'm saying. But
he didn't take the money.
Pass up more money.
Okay, well, that's if you believe that's what they offered. I think
when chasing the bag goes wrong.
Yeah,
I'll talk about it.
Not knowing your true worth.
Yeah,
that too.
It's called reading your own press clippings, just a little bit. Yeah. Durbin used to do that when he was a standout athlete and burgeoning sportscaster years ago when he got started in this business. We'll see what happens. Go ahead real quick, Durbin. Go ahead, real quick. 5 seconds.
No, I'm good. Next, let's go to commercial.
Let's go ahead and take a break. That's a good one right here. We'll see about Dennis Schroeder. He's playing with a good team, daggone it, OG. Don't you talk bad about my Celtics like they're some damn bottom feeder in the NBA Eastern Conference. Don't do that. They were missing Jaylen Brown last year, man. We're going to be back. Might not win the chip, but we'll be back. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we're going to keep it in the NBA story. How about basketball? Isaiah Thomas. Speaking of the Celtics, remember, had that great playoff run with the Celtics 3 or 4 years ago, did some great things. Sister, unfortunately, passed away, had the hip injury. But, man, he was filling it up, scoring 40, 50 points. Now he's doing it in a Pro-Am. Let me tell you how many points he scored when we come back here. Should he be in the NBA? Let me answer it for all of America. Heck yeah. We'll have it for you. More Esports Extra right here on BNC. Back here on BNC Truth, baby. Black News Show, Esports Extra. That's the name of the fine program. We talk traditional sports, esports, gaming, entertainment, and culture. Larry here. CBS Sports Magazine, NFL, NBA 2K. They got Brandon Bill, former Bengals linebacker. There he is, the pride of South Jersey, Penn State University Nittany Lion captain. Durbin Morrell, one of the better sportscasters on the East Coast. The whole daggone country. OG King Kurt, head coach, GM of your Brooklyn Nets gaming crew, NBA 2K League. He's cool, but he's not old. Let's go ahead and talk about it, guys. Isaiah Thomas. We know the story. Been out of the NBA a little bit. Came back last year, I believe, 10 games for the Pels. Played with the Celtics, played with the Kings, went with a bunch of teams. Had a great run with the Celtics. Celtics, in my opinion, that's my squad. I think did them a little dirty, but if you want to say and take the view of the franchise, probably didn't want to give them $100 million, and probably they've been proven correct on that. They could have done something to take care of them. Maybe there was some middle ground there. Well, we don't know. But scored 81 points, guys, this week. 81! It was a Pro-Am game out there in the great Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Tacoma area, with some other folks out there, some college players, some other former NBA players. Your thoughts here when you saw Isaiah Thomas scored 81 immediately. I thought number 24, Kobe Bryant. Of course, this last person scored 81 points. I think it's the second most points scored in an NBA game ever with the 81. That's hard to do. I don't care if you're playing against 5-year-olds or running, some pickup games in the YMCA. Brandonville, how impressive was the 81 that you saw from IT?
Very impressive, man. I love to see it coming from, as you spoke upon, some of the struggles he's had. Went through a lot of hardship. So I think just getting out there and balling, just showing the world, like, look, man, I still got gas in the tank. And I know he wants to get back in the league. And I think this is a great not first step, but a great step in that direction. I mean, like you said, 81 is 81 against grown men. It's a very good sight to see.
I will say this, though. OG King Kurt, defense optional. Fair enough?
Yeah, I mean, but let's be honest, though. I mean, in today's NBA game, I mean, he fits right in. I mean, and you're not talking about a starting role or anything like that. I mean, definitely could be in somebody's second unit and help him out. I mean, he can shoot the ball from three. I mean, good facilitator. I mean, play hard. Like I don't see why he doesn't get a shot to play in the NBA.
Derwin, your thoughts here when you saw 81? I was like, what? I'm like, well, where's he playing? I thought it was like overseas, but it was a pro-am game. Jamal Crawford, the crossover league that he has out there. Look, 81's 81, but like you said, I mean, it's different when you got 81 and it's in the NBA or Rucker Park, and then you're playing some dudes in the YMCA that wear church socks and ashy ankles.
Hey man, you got to start somewhere, and you got to showcase your talents. He's trying to get back in the league. This man has had so many hardships, so it's great to see him. He hasn't given up on his dream of getting back 81 points. He hasn't played in 4 years. He's had injuries. He's had, tragedy in his life with his sister passing. And this is the first step. I saw an interview where he was talking about at least 4 teams are interested in him. So we'll wait and see. I think someone will give him an opportunity. He could play in his league and the way the style of play is right now, because nobody plays defense in the NBA. And he can score it up. He can fill up the basket. So I would not be shocked if before November, he's on somebody's roster and someone gives him an opportunity, even at 32 years old.
If my Celtics didn't sign Dennis Schroeder, I'd be like, that's a great fit. Let him play on that second unit. He's instant offense. Defensively, you're going to have some issues at times. Look, he's 5'9". You're going to have to play team defense, which, Brad Stevens had devised a really good plan in Boston a few years ago.
Who would you rather have?
Probably Dennis Schroeder.
Okay.
Probably. Fair enough. That's a fair question. Brandon, you answered that. That's a good question. Thank you, Drew. You should be hosting this damn show. Brandon?
Don't push me.
No, yeah, I think I'd still take Dennis. Just younger, not so many injuries, but on the same kind of concept, is Dennis Schroeder on his way to being kind of blackballed out of this league the way his contract fell like that?
That's a good question.
What do you? How about this? What do you pay Isaiah Thomas if you do bring him along?
Bare minimum, league minimum. He's going to get $1 million or whatever. Look, he's.
And is Dennis Schroeder only $5 million more?
Well, that's more than a vet's minimum. That's the mid-level exception. But yeah, I think he'd be good for a 1-year prove-it sort of deal. $2 million, something like that. 2.2, 1.8, somewhere around there. OG, your thoughts here on IT? Does he deserve to be back in the association?
Yeah, I mean, now when you were talking about between him and Dennis, I'm probably going to take Dennis. I mean, but like I said, I don't see why not. I mean, the way the game is played now, I think he fits right in and can help multiple teams. And like I said, with a second unit or anything like that. So hopefully one of those 4 teams give him a shot.
Joey, you think he'll be back here then?
Oh, definitely. I think he'll get an opportunity. A lot of the guys in the association, they want to see him get an opportunity. I think it'll happen.
Brandon, your thoughts? IT back next year?
As much as I wanted to, I don't think so. I don't think, too many young players that are going crazy right now.
So you just think it's just a numbers game? He's caught up on the numbers.
Yeah, once you get exited out, it kind of happens that way.
Well, you would absolutely know about this playing in the NFL. You know how these sort of things work here. and what teams are looking for, and fit and things of that nature. So we'll keep an eye on Isaiah Thomas. Looks like the hip's fine, guys. I mean, it had no problem. I loved it. He was dropping threes and then walking off on the other side, Cadillac a little bit, throwing up the signs, whatever. It felt like an NBA game. It felt like NBA rhythm as well. It'd be great to see IT back in the league. Hopefully, he can get somewhere and play on a really good team, because I think the guy can go in there and get you buckets. He's a walking bucket. He can do that even at the size of 5 feet 9 inches. All right, let's take a break, guys. We're going to come back, get away from the basketball, talk about football. Training camps going on. Preseason games have already commenced this weekend, on Thursday and Friday, and more this weekend here. We're talking Saints and wide receiver Michael Thomas. Oh, boy. What? Shots fired from the team. Now for Michael Thomas. Had surgery back in June. Why did it take him so long? Hell, the season was over in January for most of the NFL teams. For his team, the second week in January. We'll get into it. Michael Thomas, New Orleans Saints, tensions in the Big Easy. Nothing easy about that. We'll have it right here, Esports Xtra on BNC. And we're back here on Esports Xtra, the show that talks traditional sports, esports, gaming, entertainment, and culture. Episode 6. Right here with our television partner, BNC. All right, Larry Lear, CBS Sports, Matt, NFL, NBA 2K League, all that good stuff. Brandon Bill, former Bengals linebacker, Penn State University. Dover Rail for TV Sports. OG King Kurt, head coach of the NBA Brooklyn Nets, NBA 2K League of Brooklyn Nets. Can't guard Mike. That's his Twitter handle, social media handle. We're talking about Michael Thomas, absolutely one of the top 5-6 receivers in the NFL. When he's on his game, probably top 5. Not a burner, but nobody runs better routes. Has great hands. Just really good in that Saints offensive system. Had some injury issues last year. Played hurt, had the surgery, but it occurred in June. The season ended in January. I'm out of Middle Tennessee now, which isn't very good. That's 5 or 6 months that he could have had the surgery. He opted not to. We all can kind of read into it why. It reminded me of Scottie Pippen, right? We saw The Last Dance. Scottie Pippen didn't get that surgery until he wanted to. It seems like it's what Can't Guard Mike did. The Saints, they're sort of dropping hints out there like, they weren't happy. They tried to get in contact with them for 3 months. If you can believe that. If your employer was trying to call you, you don't think you pick up the phone for 3 months? I don't know if I believe that story. And then Can't Guard Mike had the cryptic message when he said, basically, they tried to damage your reputation. You saved theirs by not telling your side of the story. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. Brandon Bell, what do you think about the saga and the tension between Mike Thomas and the Saints?
I'd say I definitely believe whatever's going on. And I think he's probably, correct on his statements. You see it there. The players usually get the bad end of the stick within the media and contracts and whatever it may be. So yeah, I think them putting that out there, we tried to get in contact with him for 3 months. That was a little. I can see where if I'm him, that hurt a little bit. If it's true, we'll never find out. We'll never know. But they definitely have some problems. They want to keep him. I'm sure he would like to stay. I don't know. It's a great program, but not looking forward, but want to see how this plays out going forward.
Your thoughts here on this saga between Can't Guard Mike? It seems like the Saints couldn't guard him and they couldn't get in contact with him either.
I am not shocked and not surprised one bit. To me, he's somewhat of a head case.
Oh boy.
And
had to go to extremes.
Man. I mean, I watch him even when he catches a couple of first downs. He likes to chirp. He likes to talk. So he's got a little attitude and a little edge to him.
But when your guys on the freaking Seahawks do it, it's okay. It's called.
We're not talking about the Seahawks. First off, the guy caught 147 passes. He's never seeing that again. He's never seeing that kind of volume. If I'm the Saints, I'm moving him. If I'm the Saints, because Breeze is not there anymore. You don't know. You don't know what this team is going to be going forward.
Your thoughts.
The way I look at this situation is that, New Orleans, they don't want to get rid of him. Like I think Sean Payton he's mentioned that they want to work everything out. And then also what was mentioned from other, prospective GMs and everything like that is before anybody would make a move for him or anything, they want to see how he bounced back from and recover from this ankle surgery. So I think that's going to be more important than anything. And then also, like Derwin said, I mean, who's throwing them the football? I mean, because that's going to make
That's fair.
a big difference too. Everybody's
Drew
going to be
Brees
under
is
speculation to see,
Sure.
what happens after that.
Look here, man. I'm a little disappointed, Brandon. I thought you would take the tack that, look, the Saints tried to besmirch this man's character by putting out these stories like this. Now, was Michael Thomas maybe, a little butthurt? Could he have had the surgery a little sooner? Absolutely. But maybe there's a reason why he delayed it too. So, look, I just want to hear his side of the story. I thought the cryptic tweet was spot on. We'll see how it all plays out. I think he looked good in New England. I think he looked good in Philly. I think he looked good in Kansas City. You mean to tell me you can't put up 1,000 yards, 80, 90 catches like he did in New Orleans with those teams? Yeah, he can. Absolutely. Because he's good, Jordan O'Reilly. You made it seem like this.
Man, you lucky we don't have enough time in this show.
You made it seem like Drew Brees made him. He helped him, and it's great to play with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Dude, who's catching 149 balls in this league? Who? That ain't normal.
It's also the offense too. Junior Edelman,
exactly.
Junior Edelman plays in a great offense.
With Jameis Winston or Tyson Hill, he'd be lucky to get 100 receptions.
Look what he just said, America. Hill had 100. That's a lot of damn catches, German. Let's go to break. I'm done. We're going to break. We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll talk more Esports Extra, guys. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith going back to college. We're going to break right now. J.R. Smith wants to go. He's not going back to college. He's going to college for the first time. Look at him looking like Bagger Vance out there. J.R. looking good. Hey, he can play golf, though. Straight up. HBCU is getting some love and a lot of publicity as well. We'll talk about it more here on Esports Extra right on VNC. Back here working on a weekend like usual, Esports Extra, the show that talks traditional sports, esports, gaming, entertainment, and cultural. There's Sports, Madden, NFL, NBA 2K League. Episode 6 right here. Got Brandon Bell, Derwin Morrell, OG King Kurt back with us. Guys, we talked a little NBA, talked a little NFL. Now we're going to talk golf. J.R. Smith, two-time world champion, NBA champion with, I believe he won 1 in 16 with the Cavs and last year 20 with the Lakers. Pretty good at golf. You can see right there. So shout out to him on the golf channel. Actually, the guy can actually play golf pretty good. Wants to go back to school. He is enrolled as we speak at the fine HBCU, North Carolina A&T, the Aggies down there in North Cat. Shout out to NC A&T, GHOE, baby, the greatest homecoming on earth. He's going to petition the NCAA to be able to play. No, J.R. Smith did not go to college. I believe he came out in 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. Went straight to the NBA, so he never exhausted his eligibility. Should still have it. And even so, you can come back and play a different sport, even if you did go pro in another. We've seen other players do that. Chris Winkie, just to name a few. Remember, he won the Heisman. What was Chris Winkie? 27, 28, something like that. Your thoughts when you read this story, man? I thought it was pretty damn cool. J.R. Smith went back to school first, liberal arts education, wants to get his degree and things of that nature, but also to play golf. And I love that the school is embracing him, and it's shining a light on a fine institution like the Aggies down there in North Carolina, A&T State University. Brandon, Bill, your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, I'm all for it, I'm rooting for anyone that's black doing something positive, and it seems like he definitely loves the sport. And as you said, North Carolina A&T, HBCU, shining some light on HBCUs, a big name like him, getting some energy down there. And I think that can do a lot for, the continuation of elevating the HBCU sports programs around the country.
Your thoughts here. When I saw he's going back to school, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Once he gets his education, it's never too late to get an education. And then I said, wow, he's actually going to do this. He is going to participate in a National Collegiate Athletic Association event, sponsored event. And it was golf. And I'm like, holy cow, this is cool. Your thoughts here, Drew?
I'm happy for him. He's 35 and he's going to go back to school and try to get his degree. And he talked about, the golf is one sport where he doesn't have to rely on his teammates. It's all on him. So I commend him because he doesn't have to do this. He's won championships. He's made enough money. But he really likes playing golf. He's been playing it a long time, and now he gets to go to HBCU, North Carolina A&T, and do his thing. And like we all said, shine some light on that HBCU, which is great. They love the publicity.
It's going to help with the marketing and the branding out there. You know, there are going to be cameras and microphones in J.R. Smith's face. I'm going to be following it. I'm going to be following the season to see where he's at,
For sure.
how he's doing, his scoring, how he's hitting the ball, striking the ball, putting the ball, things of that nature. OG, nothing but positives when it comes to this. I also think it helps not really rehabilitate J.R. Smith's image. It's not like he has a bad image, but I also think it helps his image as well, that he's actually doing this and he's going for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's truly showing that anything is possible. I mean, it's great to see. I mean, it's going to bring, I think, a lot of positive attention to the school, and I'm sure he's not going to be too bad because most NBA players golf so at some point in time in their career, whether they take it serious or not. But
most rich guys golf is what you're basically saying.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, I have a brother who golfs on the amateur circuit, so I get a little taste of. We was talking about it actually today. So, I mean, I like it, and I think he's gonna do he's gonna use his name to help make that program great.
Real quickly, around the horn, real quickly. How do you think he'll do? Is he right now the best player on North Carolina A&T? He might. He just might be. He just might be. I think they should elect him captain. Put him right there front and center. Your thoughts here, real quick. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm sure they got some good players down there and give them a chance to shine this year.
What's it like having J.R. Smith as a teammate? You know,
that's what I was wondering.
That clubhouse going to be litty during the World.
Yeah, it'll be different, but he also is going to bring a big spotlight to the sport itself. There's someone that look like us that's playing golf, so I know the golfing world likes that as well.
Yeah, instead of Bagger Vance, maybe a Tiger Woods presence there and effect. Exactly. OG, just the parties, the celebrations are going to be epic too when they win.
Hey, I'm pretty sure. I mean, hopefully he keeps his shirt on the golf course. But it's gonna be good to see, and I'm sure, like Brandon said, they got some young talent on there. I'm sure that's pretty good. That'll help lead that team as well.
NCAA, Mark Emmert, all those guys out there, I believe, where their offices are, either in Indianapolis or Kansas City, one of the two. Get this done. Clearinghouse, get this man eligible. Make him eligible today. This needs to happen. This is good for you guys. It's good for the sport. And it's damn good for that fine HBCU North Carolina A&T. I think this is just a great story. I want to see where it ends up and how he performs and how he scores down there in North Carolina A&T State University. Let's take a break. We'll come back. The esports segment of the fine program, Esports Extra, here for episode 6. We're talking the NBA 2K League, the All-Star game coming up here during the World. We'll get his thoughts on it, but mainly OG King Kurt as well. Get his thoughts on the inaugural All-Star game. People wanted it, and they're going to get it. Also, talk a little Madden. Of course, I voiced the Madden game. Madden Championship Series, 4 major events, the largest prize pool ever for Madden 22. Well over $1 million. We'll tell you all about that and who is going to be the GOAT. One of those guys, a lot of those guys used to play on our leagues here, compete forever. We'll see about that. We'll talk about it and have much more here. Final segment coming up right here. Esports Extra, only on BNC. All right, back here for more Esports Extra, episode 6, right here on BNC, the show that talks traditional sports, esports, gaming, culture, entertainment. Back here, Larry Ridley here at CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, NBA 2K League, Brandon Bell, former Bengals linebacker, Derwin Morrell, fellow TV sportscaster, all around good guy, great husband as well, OG King Kurt. Just a fine young man. Just a fine young man in the esports world. Matter of fact, let's talk esports, OG. I want you to take away NBA 2K League All-Star Game. How did all of this come about? It is going down, my friend. Y'all trying to really be like the NBA, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's well overdue. I think the fans were asking for it. The players were asking for it. So I think it's going to be great. It's September 25th. It'll be on Twitch and YouTube on the NBA 2K League channel. Voting starts August 16th to the 25th. All players are eligible to be voted for. Hopefully, I have a couple of all-stars on the roster, but it's 7 players per conference. 7 players on the Eastern, 7 players on the Western conference. They'll play a best-of-3 series. The prize pool is $25,000. The winning team, the winning team will get 18, and the losing team will get 7. So,
wow!
It's It's a good time. I think it's good for the players because I mean, being an all-star and being recognized as one of the best players in the league helps their credibility and being retained and picked up for the following season. So I like it.
Yeah.
Now,
And we
one key thing is going to be played on NBA 2K22 on PS.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the. It's going to be on the pro-am mode of NBA 2K22 on PlayStation 5.
Okay, so basically this is a voting thing, so fans have a big say in this, correct?
Yes, they're well, it's gonna be fan based. Then obviously you'll have it's fans is 50%, GMs and head coaches is 25%, and then you had a media that's 25%.
Oh, so kind of like real professional sports there. I like it. You think Chalk's gonna make it? Your guy? Your star player?
Yeah, I think it's a big shot. I think he should. I mean, he's been leading the league in assists. I mean, top 10 in scoring. Also, my center shots. I think he may be able to make a push for it. It's a lot of good players. I mean, but with it being separated by conferences, I think it's going to be interesting to see who all makes it.
Real quick, Brandon, your thoughts here, just real quickly, a couple seconds. What do you thought when you saw All-Star Game video games? It's cool.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I know it's big for the esports gaming world, and I think the possibilities are endless, and it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. All these large money pots. I mean, it's going to attract more players and hopefully grow the sport.
I like that. It's limitless. You're absolutely right. Real quickly, guys, before we get out here, Madden 22 Championship Series going down, 4 major events. Mainly all on MUT, which is the Madden Ultimate Team. It's more like the fantasy type deal right there. A nice mode by Madden. $1.6 million during the world. That's a lot of money for these 4 Madden events. The first one coming up next month here in September with the first championship right out the chute. Who's going to be the GOAT? You like this structure here by Madden?
I definitely like the structure, and these guys are really good. It's always entertaining to watch them play. I like the young guy, Kev, out of Seattle, of course. But there's a lot of great players in this league. So it should be real interesting, especially on next gen and Madden 22.
Absolutely. Brandon, OG, real quickly, your thoughts here, Madden 22. Trying to find the GOAT. I like how they're sort of going around about it. September, you got another event in November. I believe one in January, and then one in maybe February, with the anyone after the Super Bowl, the Madden Bowl.
1.6 million, right?
1.6 million, yes, sir.
Hey, that's all that needs to be said. That's it. I've never been that great in Madden, but I like to watch people play it. But 1.6 million, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of good competition.
Brandon Bell, 1.6 million like that?
Ooh, got to love that. I mean, as any kid, that possibility, I can't imagine. And as you said, there's a lot of great Madden players out there, so the competition is going to be crazy. The games are going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And, on the next gen, this is what I'm excited about, seeing these games played, and I'm excited for it. EA Sports doing their thing.
Yeah, a lot of leaderboards and things of that nature. A lot of MUT, no club series, no regular mode. So, hey, we're the kings of the Reds right here. Compete forever. You can catch it right here on Black News Channel with myself, Brandon Bell, and Durham Morrell. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Don't forget, you can catch Esports Extra every Saturday and Sunday right here, BNC, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1 o'clock on the West Coast, 3 p.m. Central Time in my hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. Once again, Esports Extra, the show that talks traditional sports, esports, and gaming every Saturday and Sunday. This whole cast of characters right here every Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Brandon Bell, Durham Real, OG King Kurt, thanks for joining us. And thank all of you all for watching us. We'll see you for more Esports Extra Saturdays and Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Wade Vaughn, everybody. Be good, guys. BNC, truth. We're talking truth here, baby. Bye-bye.